Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you for House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 3.
No title for this episode yet.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Last episode, the Greens were grieving the death of Jaehaerys, and obviously they blamed the Blacks. Even though they didn't have a clear proof that it was them, Otto took the opportunity to spread the word that Rhaenyra was the one that ordered the death of the child.
The Daemon know that Daemon was behind it at the end though, right?
The Blacks know.
The guy told them that Daemon has them.
True, it's true. Eventually they found out that Daemon did it. Rhaenyra also found out that Daemon did it, and she had a conversation with him, and it did not go well. He left. I don't know where he's going. He could be going to Harrenhal to, help her. He could be doing whatever. Could be going after Aemond himself. We don't know, but he is pissed. Back in the capital, Aegon is calling for war. He fired Otto because Otto was just... He was done with his decisions and his attitude and stuff, and he said some mean things to him, like forgetting that the guy was the king and he had the power. To be fair, he did hang all the rat catchers because he knew one of them was responsible and he was too pissed to think clearly. So now Kristen Cole is the hand. Otto is gone. We've got Aemond and Aegon, and Elena. All three of them are not getting any support for their grief. Alicent feels guilty, yet she still sleeps with Cole, who feels guilty. He sent Sir Eric, to pretend to be his brother and kill Rhaenyra. That did not go well, and both brothers ended up dying, and it was really sad. And this is where we are.
It's a bloodbath, guys. It's a freaking bloodbath.
So we're gonna jump in this episode and see if we're getting more fights, more death this episode. I am expecting more deaths. It is war. So yeah, let's see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright,
let's go.
Can you even get that thing up?
Well enough for killing Blackwoods.
So that's the house. We didn't really remember, we didn't recognize the sigil in the trailer.
Put the boundary stones back.
The two families that have been at each other's throats for generations.
So by being pity, they take one side and the other.
This is our land. It's Bracken land. Your false queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer.
Oh, so they're green and they're black. Okay.
One chose the greens because the other chose the black, or vice versa.
Because they're being petty. Yeah.
Aegon Targaryen is no true king.
It has nothing to do with the actual rulers.
You're both craven, little gods.
Someone might die.
You wouldn't dare.
I think he would.
He did dare.
Oh,
they did dare.
So once again, back with the small folks, right?
Well, this is, consequences of war. God damn, it escalated quickly. Oh, it's cool though that we see after. We never see after.
Here's the basest of villains. He sullies the grave of his brother.
No.
I cannot fault him for keeping his oath.
I'm glad that they're burying them together.
Those who sent him.
Fucking Kristen Cole, who I will enjoy the death of. Strategically, made no fucking sense. I'm sorry. He was sent alone in enemy territory. The idea is there.
Would you have sent a team to be noticed by the enemy?
The idea is there, but it was stupid.
Reckless?
Yep.
Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place. They usurped my throne. That's just one answer.
That's not how everyone sees it. That's why they introduced it with the Bracken and the Blackwoods. History will be rewritten and told differently.
There may be another way. Alicent Hightower. She knows war is coming, and that it will be savage beyond all compare.
Yeah, but it all comes down to, can she control Aegon?
I do not believe she wants it.
She sent a raven. I do not care to read her message. There is nothing more to be said.
She feels betrayed. But even if she did talk to Alicent, Aegon is pissed, and now he listens to Kristen Cole, who is talking to Aemond. They are, beyond Alicent at this point. By the way, we wear colors that have nothing to do with who we support. It's just for the effect, okay?
Being lazy at your job, man?
It would be tiring to stay, standing all day. Just saying.
In a staircase, yeah.
But he's in charge, and this is how he's let his organization go. Just saying.
You've appointed new knights?
To replace those we lost.
The last one needlessly, some might say.
Haha, they all know what happened. They don't agree with it.
He failed because the scheme was rash.
Perhaps, Your Grace, but we cannot all hide in our castles waiting for war to come to us.
As now it surely will.
Harrenhal is the key to the Riverlands. I will ride out with those I can muster here, men I know.
Daemon is supposed to go there, right?
I will turn the crown land houses who declared for Rhaenyra to our cause. We will add their numbers to our own and then turn west.
What is he thinking about? That was his plan, right?
So impatient to ride with so few men. Bold scheme indeed.
Oh, the gods favour the bold.
They did not favour Sir Eric.
Shade.
What say you, my king?
They finally have the standing and the voice they wanted.
Aemond and Vhagar. Vhagar will remain here to defend the city.
That wasn't part of the plan.
To war then. I'll come too.
He's
Do you
doing
think
things.
that he wants to have the fame if he succeed?
Thinking he's still trying to make up his reputation and get rid of the shame.
It's a brave thought. We cannot risk your loss.
I'm as fearsome as any of them.
But you're the king. If you die, it's over.
You go up there as a last resort, please.
You wish to be rewarded. What price would you set?
A place at your court.
Okay.
Master of Secrets? Maybe?
I know the struggles of the small folk. They will be ruled either by you or by the usurper.
It's a way for her to
And
change
only one of
things.
you has shown yourself to be merciful.
I hope you do not confuse mercy with pliancy.
The fact that you're talking to her is already pretty good. Harrenhal can catch a break. So they'll, I mean, I don't know how long he'll stay here, but they'll meet here if he stays. Why are we making this so stressful? What's going on? It's the ghosts of Harrenhal. Hey, breathe.
I'm claiming Harrenhal.
You didn't
Like
come
this.
here to talk, you just came here to force them. I defeated your one soldier.
I, Sir Simon Strong, Castellan of Harrenhal, pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen.
Finally, some respect.
Last time something happened, Harrenhal got burned to the ground by dragons.
But it's also that they share family members.
Ah, true.
If you've not yet surmised, you are welcome here.
And what of your lord, Larys Strong?
He supports the Greens, but...
It's no lord of mine.
Okay. Thank you. Have you realized he's the one that burned the place?
No, you will find no loyalty to Larys Strong here, my prince.
Your Grace.
I'd only assumed that as
Then
consort.
we are reminded of the perilousness of assumption.
Huh.
Indeed.
Would a consort be called Prince? Or Your Grace? Well, the fact that he's making a point to be called His Grace after last episode, I'm like,
Yeah.
Summon your Lord Paramount so that I may treat with him myself and turn them to our cause.
If you are successful, what then?
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
The throne?
It's a big chair made of swords.
Yeah, but what about the small folks, right?
he has a right to ask, and I don't think you have a right to answer. You still don't really know what we do next, right? There's talk of, maybe having a conversation with Alicent.
Lord Commander, your host is mustered and ready to march.
But both sides are filled with people that are eager to fight. And they don't really listen to those who don't want to fight.
May I present my brother, Sir Gawain Hightower? Sir Gawain has volunteered to accompany you into battle.
He wanted it to be, just him.
Your Grace.
Then you shall have a fuller one.
The march will be hard, sir.
No one is more delighted than I to march out to war with the Dornishmen.
Oh boy. A lot of focus on the consequences of war.
Yeah, yet none of them are thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's just sacrifices need to be made.
How fares Prince Daemon with our army?
There has been no word from Prince Daemon, Your Grace.
Ah, they call him Prince.
Well, yeah.
Start turning green strongholds to our cause and burn those who resist.
No. If dragons begin fighting dragons, we invite our own destruction.
Everything will
Fear
burn.
of it is in itself a weapon. The Greens will make the same calculation.
Will they?
The value of a sword is not within its scabbard.
We will secure victory with armies, not with dragons alone. The Greens understand that.
No, they don't. Not all of them.
You have witnessed firsthand just how vulnerable you are. You have never been so exposed. Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe.
It's like they want to get rid of her and then take care of things. You don't have what it takes for war, Your
You
Grace.
propose to conduct the war in my absence.
It would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason.
I feel like this is what's going on. Like they just, she's not
Do you
ruthless
want to
enough.
toss her aside a bit?
Well, they want to fight with dragons. They're like, we have a big weapon, let's use it. And she doesn't want to.
Go safely, sister. I will be safe enough, far away from any danger, with only babes to nurse me. You do a great service.
We need everyone to help in any way.
We each do what we can, and here, I think, is some consolation.
Tyraxes and Stormcloud are young and vulnerable.
Wow.
These eggs are even more fragile.
Maybe she'll get a dragon. Maybe.
But should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
Are they maybe the eggs from Daenerys' dragons, you think?
No.
Do you think that we will see them?
I don't know.
There are rumors that the king readies himself to fly to war.
I mean, if Daemon sees Aegon out there, he's gonna go for him.
There are diverse rumors whispered in the streets of your city. One such is that your grace sends his forces to battle, and in his courage and wisdom flies with them. Another is that his grace was outwitted, persuaded to fly to war, so the Queen Alicent may reign in his absence.
Uses insecurities.
With Prince Aemond at her side.
Who spreads these lies?
Matters little.
Maybe no one.
Tales take on a life of their own, like weeds.
Tend to them then.
Don't say vague stuff to him. He tends to do crazy shit based on what you say. Alicent knows.
My father always said he had no use for a master of whisperers. I find myself wanting for one. I should be glad of your talents.
It was my plan all along.
Well, the Master of Whisperers are usually the biggest players in this universe.
Varys, Littlefinger.
Well,
Shall we escort you to the dragon pit?
bad idea.
I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
It does seem wise on reflection.
That's my king. Sir Martin has a new squire that wants bedding in.
He's never fucked a woman.
Focus on what you like.
Of course, Your Grace.
This is what the knights have become.
It's all a freaking joke.
Yeah. But yeah, just like Kristen saw the two sitting on the steps, like, they don't give a shit. There's no discipline.
Dornish, are you? The part of Westeros my house never settled. Although it's said even Dawn mourned the passing of my grandsire. Is that so?
Who was your grandsire?
They call him the Conciliator.
King Jaehaerys.
Wait, are we introducing what's their
The
name?
Blackfire?
Blackfires?
I'm the son of Balon the Brave, bastard brother to Prince Daemon and the late King Viserys.
Wow. Is it true?
Maybe it is.
You do not look very much like King Viserys. Or Prince Daemon.
How do you know what they look like?
He speaks truth. Look,
Maybe it's not true.
by his hair.
Yeah, I'll tell you who else doesn't have silver hair. The rightful heir to the Iron Throne, my nephew.
He's your other nephew.
Oh shit.
You're gonna get slain, buddy.
Whether or not it's true, he said it was, then that's enough, right?
Maybe it could be just all lies and just said out loud to make him seem more important, you know?
Aemond the Fierce!
Stop. You'll get mad and don't.
Such is the madam's prowess that even now my brother will not sample another.
It's not about sex with that one, though.
He hates you.
One oar is as good as another.
Having to dismiss her like that. I am just expecting Aemond to eventually try and kill his brother at this point. He really doesn't like him. I can see why.
I mean, the way that his own brother treats him, you know?
And he's frustrated. Like, he had a plan and he shared it with Cole, and now Kristen is leaving on his own, forgetting him as a part of the plan. Like, the ideas come from him, but everyone else gets to, share the glory of them, and
Take
he
the
doesn't.
credits.
Yeah.
Our company is camped back yonder.
Which is why we make for the Bull, a tavern with an excellent reputation on the road to Rome.
Lack of discipline once again. Even though he's not supposed to answer to him.
We will rendezvous with your army at first light.
If there's a dragon that shows up, man.
We're exposed.
What? Cole?
There's a dragon!
Shit.
It is true that if you have your army, there's nothing you can do against a dragon. If you're on the ground. Will you do anything? Just see them and report it? Careful. How short would his legacy be if he died right here? Woohoo! They saw their life flash before their eyes.
A good showing, Sir Kristen.
Are you gonna listen to me now?
We must move under the trees and by cover of dark starting tonight.
No going to the tavern.
Fucking inns.
Yeah.
Sir Kristen Cole, with some half-dozen other knights, I'm sure of it.
Oh, she has good eyesight, man, if she recognizes him.
The time for action is surely now. They'll be making for Harrenhal.
Decisions. She doesn't want to fight, but...
I have heard your arguments, and will consider them.
I can respect that, but you will have to do something. If you allow them to get stronger and stronger,
If all
eventually...
negotiations do not work, and you cannot do anything else than just fight bad dragons.
The ghosts? The girl that we saw?
Maybe. She seemed pissed. Having visions?
Always coming and going, aren't you? And I have to clean up afterwards.
Oh.
Oh.
It's disturbing that it's the
child.
younger version of Rhaenyra with the Harris
It's
corpse.
the two things you might feel guilty about. Being responsible for the death of a child, an innocent, and then the fact that he took Rhaenyra's innocence. She's a child too. He used her and manipulated her. Is she a witch? Is she sending visions?
You will die in this place.
You will die in this place, is it true?
What do you know of the movements of Alicent Hightower?
Would you take her hostage?
I would speak with her, myself.
Okay.
If war can be averted, it is my duty to avert it.
But you need to go alone then. It's gonna be dangerous.
There are fishing boats aplenty in the bay.
But if I'm recognized...
You'd be surprised to learn it, but most folk pay no mind to a woman who has not dressed as a queen.
We'll see. It's gonna be really dangerous. And hoping that Alicent will like her enough that she won't, raise the alarm. I mean, the disguise is pretty good.
I can almost hear their shame.
Like they said at the beginning, do you even know what they look like? Like they've never seen the royals.
Yeah.
Do it like Assassin's Creed. Sit on benches and they see you. They've been here before.
No. I must speak with you. If I could cry out.
Please well, hopefully you don't.
Find me, I would be taken or slain.
Yeah.
But not before I killed you.
I like that she added a little threat.
Rhaenys has counselled me. She said she saw in you a wish to avert the worst of what may now come.
How?
So you've come to surrender then?
Nah.
No.
If you and I may come to terms.
There are no terms now. Your allies turn from you and they hear of your depravity. Your hands are bloody to no crime. I could never have imagined you.
The trespass was not mine. I am a mother too, and you have yet to answer for the murder of my son.
I repudiate that act with all my heart.
Of course you do. I'm usurping my rightful inheritance.
Is gonna tell her the tale of the legend of the prince that was.
She doesn't know that Viserys told her that.
Yeah, but maybe Alicent needs to tell him that, right?
They'll need to talk.
Yeah.
Your father changed his mind. I saw the king that night. He had affirmed my right to the throne, and yet you will maintain that his mind was changed in an instant. Well,
What did he say, huh? What did he say?
She truly believes it.
Was your ambition so keen?
He changed his mind.
But he didn't.
I swear this to you, on the memory of my mother.
But now it comes down to, do you believe your dad would change his mind? What would be his opinion of him, of you? Like her own doubts about whether or not she would make a fine queen, or if, my dad always wanted a son and stuff. That's all coming back now. Is she questioning her father?
What did he say?
Yeah.
Did he speak my name? He was weary, but he spoke Aegon's name.
Yeah, not that Aegon.
He said he was the prince that was promised to you.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, Alicent!
Did my father use those words?
Oh fuck.
The prince that was promised.
Alicent, it's a legend, it's a prophecy!
Yes, he did.
But will she believe that?
You have books, I guess?
It's a story about Aegon the Conqueror.
Aegon's crown meaning his.
The Conqueror.
Yeah, and now she's like, oh shit.
What have I done?
It's too late though.
Oh man.
You can't turn around and be like, well, he meant the conqueror.
That's what happened when you just reuse old names over and over again.
Yeah.
You must go before you are discovered. There's been a mistake. There's been no mistake. Please.
She won't admit it.
Yes, Alicent.
What's done is
Terrible
done.
war is looming, and even victory may be so bloody as to be counted a loss.
My father has gone from court. Colours on the march, Aemond.
Like, it's too late.
It's too late.
You know what Aemond is? It's too late, Rhaenyra. Alicent.
Like Rhaenys said, like that war started way before that, and for many, like there are many reasons why this fight is happening. The fact that she got it wrong means nothing anymore.
So, no more negotiations, no more.
She tried. Yep.
It's gonna be a bloodbath. A bigger one.
I am happy that we explored them discussing this though, because the fact that this whole war exists because of a misunderstanding would have been, it would have been sad. It would have been tragic. It would have been a bit like, ugh. But now at least we've brushed that to the side. There's no misunderstanding anymore.
Unfortunately, it's too late.
I know.
After everything that
But
happened.
that at least makes it clear that this war doesn't exist because of what Viserys said in his last hour, right? It's about Otto and the council planning on putting Aegon on the throne way before he died. It's about, Rhaenyra's kids fighting Aemond, taking his eye, and splitting the families. It's about Alicent and Rhaenyra's feud. Like, it's about so much more. It's about Aemond killing Luke. It's about everything else. This is just the reason they gave to explain why Aegon was on the throne to the small folk, but it's truly not why they're fighting.
So much more issues before the misunderstanding with Viserys before his death.
So like in a way, I'm a bit pissed that Alicent felt like she was like, oh, there's no misunderstanding. Kind of like, it sounded like she was like, nope, I refuse to admit that I got it wrong. Because like that face that she did when she realized, she was like, oh, what?
What have I done? But I mean, if she had that she has been wrong, her grandson would have been dead for nothing. Every people would be dead for nothing.
No, because it might have happened anyway. Like that's the plan was still there. Like Otto used this as a way to make it peaceful, like make the change peacefully. But he still planned on putting Aegon on the throne. The war would have happened anyway. I think, like at first, like I said, I was a bit pissed that she kind of denied that. No, there's no misunderstanding. It didn't happen. But I think she's saying that because it doesn't change anything, right? There is no misunderstanding. Not about what Viserys said in his last hour. There is no misunderstanding about the blacks fighting the greens. There is no misunderstanding about this war. It's gonna happen. To be fair, like now at least we've tried. I cannot fault Rhaenyra for looking for another way, for trying peace before going to war.
When you want to be a good ruler, you should try to make peace as much as possible.
Well, the others on her council are really trying to push for the dragons, just destroying everything. But let me finish. I guess as a Targaryen, you would grow up with stories of your family. And maybe if you have good teachers and good fathers and mothers and stuff who tell you this stuff, like you would have been told, like, yeah, dragons are to be respected, they are to be feared. Not just like,
they're not tools.
No, it's not about that. It's about like, yeah, you can use a dragon in war, but also understand that you don't control the dragon. The dragon is a terrible force to be reckoned with, and it's gonna destroy everything if you send it to war. It's gonna lose its cool. It's gonna lose its discipline,
temper.
its control. Its temper. It's gonna wreak havoc. As a Targaryen, you would know that better than anyone else. As someone from outside the family, you would hear the stories of Aegon the Conqueror and those wars, and all you'd remember of that was that the Targaryens won. So with the dragon, it's easy to win, right? They would see the dragons as tools. But the Targaryens would be like, nope, they are a thing of their own, right? Like, we can't use them. If we bring them to war, it'll be a massacre.
You know what? It's kind of a bit of a ironic situation that you got both sides, like the green and the blacks. With the greens, you got Aegon, who's such... He wants battle, he wants blood, and he has his council who said, oh, you must... Make ways, take your time, do not use a dragon yet. And on Rhaenyra's side, you have her who's want to talk, she wants to take her time, she wants to make the right decision, and her council wants to do the opposite.
I'll say though, like, even though Aegon is the king on the green side, he's not the one in charge of the war. He's the one that gives the order in the end, but he's a lot of people are fighting this war for him. Kristen
Others
Cole,
make the decisions.
Aemond, Alicent, Otto, even like a foot lover. Laris. They are all doing this for him, and he has no idea what's truly going on. Like, he doesn't really understand the danger of, you know, going on his dragon. He is reckless. He's a child, and he has a temper. He's a Targaryen. And on Rhaenyra's side, yes, the counselors are doing what they have to do. They are giving advice. They are giving her their opinion of what should be done next, because it is a difficult job to be in charge, especially during a time of war like this. So she needs to hear it from all sides. She needs to hear all the opportunities, all the choices that she's got. I'm glad that she's not just straight up jumping to confrontation and war. She's really taking the time to think about this, and she gave it a go. It didn't work. So her steel face in the end, that just the resolve that came to her, and she was like, okay, I've tried. They didn't listen, and now she knows that what they're doing is based on a misunderstanding. So she's been more, she's confirmed her claim even more.
Right.
She's gonna have to do something. And in a way, I'm also glad that she's decided that it's time to fight back, because the longer they wait, the stronger the Greens are getting, right? So yeah. But yeah, at least we explored that path, the peaceful path. It didn't work, but we tried, and it would have been a poor character choice maybe for Rhaenyra to completely ignore a reconciliation. Right? Just like Alicent, if she had decided not to offer peace terms, if she had not sent a raven, I would have been like, well, you're ruthless. Like, I don't know how I can support that. But at least they both tried. It's just they tried they tried too late. Like, Alicent tried when Rhaenyra was so pissed it didn't work.
But I mean...
And Rhaenyra tried after everything has started already.
Like what have been said, that war started a long time ago. A very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
With all the feuds and issues and family troubles, you know. Sorry. We can speak this morning.
And it's not just them at this point. Like, we saw it at the beginning with the Brackens and the Blackwoods, right? It's people who are taking sides. It's people who decide, like, oh, I'm going to support this family, but not because of whatever started their little feud. They don't care about that. The small folk have no understanding or claim to or emotions when it comes to what's going on between Alicent and Rhaenyra, Aegon and Rhaenyra, Daemon, Aemond, all of that shit. They don't care. They care about food. They care about money. They care about their own survival.
About their own lands.
Exactly, their lands. And if there's something happening, if, the royal family is calling for your sword, and they're saying that you're gonna have to fight for me, I think they have to find a way to justify their input into this war. It's easier to be like, well, I'm going to be a part of this because my enemy has taken the other side, right? It doesn't really matter. They don't care who they're going to root for. Some of them do. Some of them are closer. Some of them understand. They know what's been going on, and they've been saying like, oh, she's been slaughtering kids and stuff. I can't get behind that. But truly, at the end of the day, that's not why they fight the war. They fight it because of their own story, because of their own survival.
It's just one reason that they put behind those actions that they decided to do, right? You're just trying to justify your own action by saying she's a babe slayer, so I'm gonna go against her.
Yeah, it's trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense, right? Because it's not your fight. It's a family fighting itself, and they are bringing the realm into this feud. And they have a right to bring it into the feud because they are in power, right? But the small folk, they want kind of like, I don't remember where I read this or where I saw this. I don't know if it's a show or a story I read, but there was a speech I read about a soldier saying, like, when you make a speech, it's in Last Kingdom, when they were saying to Alfred that when he made a speech to his people, to his army, he couldn't talk about God, he couldn't talk about his morals, and
that's not what mattered to them, right?
Exactly, because the people that fight for him don't necessarily care about what he cares about, right? It's not about the commander, it's not about Alfred, it's about the people that will fight for him. So say stuff that will appeal to them. Talk about their families, talk about their money.
Glory.
Exactly, their glory. It's because, like, they need a personal reason, something that will fire up their emotions to go to war for someone else, right? Tyrion also did something great in the Battle of the Blackwater when he gave a speech to the soldiers.
Don't fight for your king. Don't fight for his kingdom. This is your city.
It's not about them.
Sorry, I had this song in my head.
Yeah. In any case, it's the small folk have their own reason to fight. And like Rhaenys said, at the end of the day, it won't matter what started what, right? Now, like I said, what technically started it was the whole, for Alicent, it was Viserys changing his mind. But now it doesn't matter because Otto had his plans and Aemond had his feud with Luke. And now he's got his feud with his brother too. Like this whole family is dysfunctional, and you're not gonna just get rid of all that anger by saying, "Oh, it was a misunderstanding."
Sorry, Viserys did not change his mind. Rhaenyra is the true heir to the throne. Aegon, you must step out, please.
And it's too late. Like honestly, everything that's happened so far, we've got Luke's death, and we got Jaehaerys's death,
and a bunch of small people deaths.
Yeah, but mainly these two, right?
From their own family, yeah.
Luke's death happened because of the fight years ago, because of Aemond's eye, not because of the war. It wasn't even intended to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. So it means nothing. But I'm glad that we explored that path anyway. Now we're gonna have to fight, and it'll come down. At least something will happen at Harrenhal. Harrenhal, for sure.
Harrenhal, yeah.
It just comes down to what is Daemon gonna do.
He's been told that he's gonna die in this place, right?
He's been told he was gonna die. Was it Harrenhal? I saw a weirwood tree. Is there a weirwood tree in Harrenhal? I don't know.
Was he having visions again?
That's what I don't know. Like, I can't confirm. Like, the place looked like ruins, but then if it's a vision, maybe it's like King's Landing and we don't know. Like, although the weirwood tree in King's Landing is in a garden, not near a cliff. So maybe it is Harrenhal, but that means he's gonna die there?
Maybe. What I'm kind of surprised, not surprised, I expected it, is the vision of a younger Rhaenyra.
You expected that?
No, I mean, I'm not surprised, sorry.
Okay.
That he had a vision of a younger Rhaenyra just suing the necks of Jaehaerys.
And his reaction to it, I feel like I said in the episode, it's the two things he might feel most guilty about, right? The fact that his anger led him to kill an innocent child, which I'm actually surprised but happy that it's affecting him. Because he was crying almost, right? And maybe it's not the death of that child specifically, but still he brought on the death of an innocent, and now it's weighing heavily on the shoulders of Rhaenyra, who was also a child that he brought into his own schemes and his own fight with his brother. Because at first, yes, there was sexual tension, but to be fair, he did groom her. He did bring her outside, he did change her, and he led her on that path, and he played with her. He took her innocence, and I know a lot of people, I'm not okay with that either, but a lot of people are strongly against that and hate Daemon for it. And it's great that we're addressing it in a way, because I feel like this is sort of like him looking at the innocent Rhaenyra, suing a child's head, suing back, a child's head on his shoulders and stuff, and it's like, it's such a cruel thing, it's such a dark thing, and to see a child Rhaenyra do that, it's like, yep, you took her innocence, like, you're responsible for what she's going through now, you changed her, you darkened her. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was great that we saw this side of him, because like usually it sounds like he doesn't care.
He doesn't really share his thoughts and his emotions.
Well,
he
maybe
just explode.
Yeah, but maybe last episode when he was saying it was a mistake and he kept saying it, it was not just to try and justify himself to Rhaenyra. He was trying to justify the act to himself. He was angry and he made a choice, and it led to that, and now she made him feel guilty about it, and he's not okay with that, or deep down he's not okay with that.
It's the fire in his blood. Sometimes he acts rashly, and he does not think ahead of the consequences, Yeah. You just want to act and do something about it.
But then again, I'm also like, the fact that he came here, and first of all, he got to Harrenhal, he got someone on his knees saying that guy pledged to Rhaenyra, yet he sent no raven back to Rhaenyra yet.
And it's the fact that he really insists for them to call him Your Grace. Do we call the Prince King Consort Your Grace or just Prince?
I don't know. I'm not sure about the actual terms and stuff, so you can confirm this for us.
Etiquette, yeah.
But the fact that the guy said, I assumed as king consort you'd be called my prince, right? The fact that he said that makes me believe that this is the truth and that he wants to be called his grace, kind of like, because to him he's on equal footing with Rhaenyra, which is not true, man. I don't know. Maybe he believes that he worked so hard for that title and he considers himself more important than he should be. Like, king consort is his actual title, but he doesn't really care for the consort part of it.
It's in a...
Well...
what was the term for that again?
I don't know what you're trying to say, so...
King consort.
Yeah. Well, you can forget about that. But like I said last episode, I feel like whenever he looks at Rhaenyra, he sees a child that... and I mean, to be fair, his vision, he saw a child too, right?
Yeah.
He sees a child that he needs to guide. She has the power, but he's truly the one in charge, in his mind. Right? That's why he acts on his own. That's why, like, yes, he follows decorum, like, he follows the orders, but whenever, like, he gets to go ahead, he does whatever he wants, right? He follows his instinct, his emotions, and, like, now he's in Harrenhal, and for a sec, I was almost thinking, like, are you claiming Harrenhal for Rhaenyra, or are you claiming it for yourself? Kind of like, do you want to do this for her, or are you still doing this for you?
But some people in the comments might say that he does truly love Rhaenyra, but maybe it's the fact that, like you said, there's a part of himself that sees her like his younger niece.
He sees
like
a child.
someone without as much experience that he has right now, you know?
Kind of like, yeah, you'll get the crown, but through her, he'll get power, right? Because he always believed he was the better choice. Not necessarily, he doesn't necessarily want the crown, I think, but he wants the power, the recognition. He wants the respect.
But I mean, usually when you have younger people in position of power and you got older people who are supposed to be below them, you got that, how do you know more than me? I'm the more experienced. You know nothing of life.
Oh no, I get the reaction.
You know?
I get the reaction.
It's the same thing with Aegon and his grandfather Otto. Like, what do you know about being king, about ruling people? You're just a child. You know nothing, but he's the one in power.
Yeah, well... And to be fair, like, it's not like Rhaenyra is bad at her job, right? Like, she listens to counsel and she's trying to take a step back. And to be fair, I feel like Daemon is reacting like Cole. Maybe he's got his own shame and he's trying to act on it and he's rash about it. Like, he follows his anger, and because of that, he gets tunnel vision and he makes sometimes really bad decisions that hinder everyone else.
I'm just gonna suggest about Rhaenyra though that she's listened to her counsel. She does seem undecided about what she wants to do next. Decided, sorry. Undecided. Like she does appear to me that she doesn't really know what to do next.
Yeah, but what do you expect?
No, I mean,
it's the first war that she's fighting.
It is the first war, but that, to me, if I was in a part of her council, I would think that maybe she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know what to do.
Well, just like the men at the council
she
that
needs
try
to be firm in her decision and say, I want to wait, I want to take your advice into something, but she seemed...
Just like the men at her council that were trying to push her away because it's kind of like, to them, it felt like she did not have the guts to do what was necessary. But like I said at the beginning, though, they are not Targaryens. I don't think they understand the true power of the dragon, and dragons are not swords. They compared dragons to swords by saying a true, strength of a sword is not in the scabbard. I'm like, yeah, but dragons are not swords.
You can't do heavy damage with a scabbard sword, you just need to hit with it.
You want to avoid confrontation. Yeah. You want to avoid blood and bloodshed and destruction, because like she said, even if you win this war, the losses might be so great that it's gonna feel like you lost.
Yeah.
You lost? Yeah, anyway. So I cannot fault her, and she took a step back. It's not like she didn't go for it. She took the time to think about her options, and before she started the war truly, she decided to discuss. It was a reckless decision, because she could have been killed right there.
It's true, but would you bring an army to talk to the Queen Dowager?
No, but she took a big risk. I get it. But it was for the sake of everyone else, in a way, because they are the ones that will die.
Like I said, if you want to be a good ruler, you need to try to reach peace as much as possible, and if you can't, take the right action afterwards.
Because, like, not listening, not taking time to think about this, it's leading you to make crazy decisions, reckless decisions, like Cole and Daemon. They are both following their emotions more than reason, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But like Cole
Speaking about Cole, his new knights are like say undisciplined.
yeah.
That's just a joke.
I feel it's because he never truly deserved the title, and he's been focused on his own story, his thing with Alicent, his anger at Rhaenyra, and he's not taking care of the knights that he's supposed to be in charge of. They lack discipline. It's crazy. And not just that, like now he's in charge of a small army who, like, he's got no support because, like, it's not a good idea to send Aegon, and he decided not to bring Aemond with him, and I feel like Aemond is gonna fucking blow, man.
Yeah.
Aegon just humiliating him at the brothel, making fun of him, laughing, and it's kind of like they made fun of his relationship, so now is he gonna cast her aside and lose that support?
Maybe.
And like Cole, it's Aemond's idea, it's his strategy, and he was supposed to go with him, but Cole cast him aside because I do feel like he's trying to do things himself to prove something. Like he feels like he sullied his escape just like last episode, and he's trying to you know, show that he's a good knight and he can do great things and he can solve this whole thing on his own.
He
But
needs to make it clean again.
But that basically means he's not gonna have a dragon to support him, and so like he's taking these people, and yes, he got lucky, but he could have died with the others and right there on the plane. And he's going to Harrenhal. Daemon is right there. They said he was gonna die there, which is still a possibility. But he's going there with barely no one and no dragon, and that's if Aegon doesn't go.
True.
If Aegon goes, like if he chooses to not listen to anyone else and eventually decides to go, that's going to be Daemon on a dragon versus Aegon on his dragon, and one is more experienced than the other.
Way more experienced, yeah.
So in a way, and I feel sad for Aemond, who's like pushing his plans and no one looks at him twice.
But I mean, it's the fact that it's just another one who makes fun of him, you know? When he was younger, it was Jacaerys, his brother Aemond, and now it's like Cole taking credits for his own plans.
No, Jacaerys and Lucerys who were making fun of Aemond, and now Aegon is making...
Aegon was making fun of his brother when he was younger also.
Well, he's always been made fun of by everyone else, but he's the
now
most fucking capable.
He's grown, one is making a strategy, is still being made fun of by Cole.
And Aegon is not following like any rules, any law. Like he kind of mentioned the fact that, oh, you're knights now, you're not supposed to have sex, but then they all laughed about it. Like there is no discipline in their ranks, nowhere. They made a joke of it. You don't name just anyone a knight. They need to deserve it. They need to, you know, work for it. But he just named his friends kind of like, oh yeah, it's fun, let's go. But they don't care about their vows. They don't care about, and to be fair, like Jaime Lannister didn't care about his vows either. Like a lot of knights don't care.
It was a secret.
But it's just right after we saw knights sitting on the steps, after Jaehaerys died, we see knights sitting on the steps not doing their thing. Like, and Kristen just, you know, he's blinded by his own need to do something, his own need to make things right, and it's risky, kind of like they are making risky moves that could lead to death. And I'm now expecting a fight with Daemon at Harrenhal. He's still not sending word to Rhaenyra, so I don't know. He needs to truly come to terms with what's going on in his head, and like, what side are you on, man? Are you on your own side? Are you truly behind Rhaenyra? Decide, because if you die without making this clear, like, it's gonna...
No, I do believe that he's behind Rhaenyra's side, but he has difficulties to be a team player.
Well, I feel like after last episode, he was like, yeah, you want me to go to Harrenhal? You want me to prove myself? I'll go to Harrenhal. But then he's going there, and he's still pushing his own agenda in a way. He's complicated, but I don't think he even understands his own feelings. So, yeah, I feel really bad about this whole thing with Alicent and Rhaenyra, but they tried, and that's what counts at least. I feel really bad about Aemond, and I am expecting him to kill his brother at one point.
Maybe you will.
He's got the bigger dragon, he's got the better skills, yet no one respects him, no one listens to him, and they judge him on the side. I'm like, but he did start the whole thing by killing Luke by accident.
By accident.
But yeah, no, everyone fucking like forgets him. It's cool that Elena forgave her mom. I like the whole like, what? Like, she didn't think Elena saw a need to forgive her mom?
But maybe subconsciously, if it weren't for her and for Cole would have been in front of the door, preventing the murder of her child.
I feel like
grandchildren.
I feel like her forgiving Alicent was nice. Like, it's great because she got forgiveness, but the fact that there was a need for forgiveness kind of pushed the guilt even more. And but that's that. At least she seems okay. But I don't like that she's trying to erase her sadness in a way. She was right about one thing though. She doesn't get more right to grieve than others. About her son, yes, but like the fact that she also understood that the small folk also lose kids, right? They also go through some stuff, and it was really pushed in this episode. It's been pushed this season overall that the small folks suffer the consequences of war.
Small folks have it more rough than the royals, basically. But
And they suffer their wars. They suffer the royals' wars.
And you don't even know what they look like.
And they don't even know. I don't know if that guy is truly a Targaryen, by the way. Ulf.
It could be one of them, or just someone who tried to take more fame to him to make more.
The Blackfire Rebellion, I don't remember when it happened, so if it was before that or after that, but we're introducing a potential branch of Targaryens that could lead to some stuff, and I'm excited about that. We'll keep an eye on that. Whether or not it's true, we'll keep an eye on that. But it basically means that Aegon is surrounded by people who have mixed allegiances, so he needs to be careful. And Footlover is right there and is here to try to remind him.
He became the Master Whisper.
Yeah, I think he wants more. I think he wants more. So at least now we reinstated Masters of Whisperers. We got
White Worm became
the White Worm on one side and the Footlover on the other. I know which one I prefer. I'll say that.
Footlover. White Worm, yeah.
In any case, so yeah, the fight is gonna start next episode for real this time.
No more negotiations.
Everyone has a job to do, whether it's on the battlefield or taking care of the kids away, which made sense, by the way, that decision. I understand the frustration.
You want to help, but you're helpless.
But I mean,
right now,
you're not a fighter, you're not a warrior, and you have no dragon. What do you want to do? Like, if you want to help the family, we need you to take care of the kids. And it's a harsh decision for Rhaenyra to send her children away, considering last time she did that, one of them didn't come back. But it's about to get really dangerous. They are marching, and fights are bound to happen. We don't want to lose the kids. And anyway, she went with eggs. Like, they won't have time to be hatched and grow up, but who knows?
Yeah.
In any case, so that's gonna be it for episode 3. You gotta get to work, right? So
I need to go.
see you starting to stress. We're gonna end this here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, it is on our Patreon right away. You can check it out if you want. The link is in the description below.
Alright, thank you for watching, and see you next week for episode 4, guys.
Bye!